What is going on, guys? The Inside Blue Podcast, and we are finally back. It's been 2 weeks since we've uploaded a video. I know there's no face cam today. I'm going to make this mock draft pretty quick. Of course, we are doing only the New York Football Giants. 3 rounds for the New York Giants, and this team needs a quarterback. There's a few teams ahead of them, like the Cleveland Browns, like the Tennessee Titans, that need quarterbacks. Are they done with Will Levis? I'm pretty sure the Browns honestly are going to take quarterback, and I think that's going to be Shedeur Sanders. So when you get to that point where you're at a spot where you take a guy like Abdul Carter and have an unreal pass rush with Kayvon Thibodeaux, who had a pretty decent season despite being hurt. Brian Burns was excellent in his first season for the New York Giants, and then you added Abdul Carter, and you have Dexter Lawrence. The team does need some interior defensive line help, but overall, you improved the secondary with the additions of Javon Holland and some cornerback help as well with Adebo. But yeah, I'm excited for this draft. Let's get right into it. 3 rounds, New York Giants only, and here it is. So Cam Ward goes number 1, and Travis Hunter goes number 2 for the for the Cleveland Browns. I don't really see this as a realistic situation in real life. I know I'm trying to make this draft as realistic as possible, not have every single video of me taking a quarterback and me taking Travis Hunter. So I'm going to spice it up a bit, hint hint. But yeah, I mean it's obviously with the New York Giants they need a quarterback, and that is something that they will be searching for the entire draft, whether they wait till the 3rd or 4th round and they take a guy honestly like a Kyle McCord from Syracuse, or they do take Shedeur Sanders out of Colorado. But I'm going to take Abdul Carter today, best player on the board in my opinion. You take an edge rusher, and then you have an elite defense for a long time for the New York Giants. But let's just see how the first round stacked up with this draft. And like I said already, things not being realistic. I know it has the Patriots in need for a running back. Ashton Jeanty is not going to be taken with the 4th pick, and I could put a lot of money on that as well for that to happen. Tyler Warren going to the Jags is unrealistic. I see them taking a guy, whether it's a wide receiver like McMillan, or it's the defensive lineman out of Michigan, Mason Graham, who goes to the Jets. Pretty good for the Jets, but also I think offensive line could be a help for the Jets. They could have honestly even, I know they've been in love with Jackson Dart. There's been some rumors with that. I don't think they take him as high as 7, but be on the lookout for that. Getting into some other selections, of course, Mason Graham going to the Jets, Michael Williams going to the Panthers, the Bears going with an edge rusher. I mean, that's an Ashton Jeanty spot in my opinion. Barron going to the 49ers, the Cowboys going safety help. Some other big time picks. Will Johnson dropping all the way to 18 is pretty insane. Egbuka going to the Bucks. Not sure I don't think they need a wide receiver with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. But let's get into our next selection here. Drafting 34th. They don't have the updated comp picks, right? I don't believe they do. Or that was the 3rd round? No, I actually don't think they have the comp picks in here. Don't believe, because I think the Giants would be selecting 65 and something else in the 3rd round. Anyway, 2nd round selection with the Giants. Of course, quarterback is not out of there, and somehow Shedeur is sneaking into the 2nd round, which could it could happen. It's very unrealistic for Shedeur Sanders to fall into the 2nd round. And actually, I don't see Jackson Dart here, which is odd. Oh, because Jackson Dart went right before us in the 2nd round. So the Browns go Travis Hunter and then Jackson Dart. That is an elite pairing. for that. But I think for the Giants, I mean, tackle help is always an option if they want to address right tackle with Evan Neal moving to guard. Illuminor isn't going to be here forever, but we just took an edge rusher, so edge rusher is kind of out of the question. Offensively, your wide receivers are Malik Neighbors, Darius Slayton, pretty much the same group. So I'm going to take TJ Sanders out of South Carolina, defensive lineman. We've taken him in a few drafts. So the Giants go defense 2 times in a row. Is that realistic in real life? No. It's not realistic in real life, to be totally honest. That's just how the draft has fallen. And with Shedeur Sanders, a friend sent me a mock draft, and it had him at like an F grade. Running back isn't out of the question, but I don't think they're going to take it as high as 65th. The 65th pick in the draft. I'm looking at a Minnesota tackle. Might be the pick. Honestly, here. If I'm being totally honest, because the Giants need offensive line depth help. I don't think they're going to take a wide receiver. If I'm being totally honest, tight end is definitely not in the first 3 rounds. So I think honestly I'm going to settle with Ursi from Minnesota, and that's pretty much going to be the draft for the New York Giants. As we saw Shedeur Sanders go to one of those teams. I forgot which one it was, but yeah, I mean that's basically the draft. We have picked, so they do have comp picks. I am so sorry about that. If we can get to the pick, there we go. So they actually do have our comp pick number 99. I guess I just didn't scroll down enough. So I mean, like I said, that gives a lot of options for the New York Giants in the 3rd round at pick number 99. We just went with a offensive lineman at pick 65, and I mean it could be a quarterback spot like a Kyle McCord if I wanted to take him. I don't think it's realistic to take him that high, because the Giants need a ton of help in a lot of different spots. Of course, I think they're gonna very much stay away from defense now. If I'm being totally honest, I don't see the reason why they have to draft a lot of defense, right? They got Javon Holland, they got Adebo to help out. So, I mean, the main positions that I am looking at is offensive line. And another thing, too, with the Giants is we just drafted TJ Sanders to help out Dexter Lawrence. So, to me, we just drafted an offensive lineman. I think they maybe are in the consideration for running back, like a Devin Neal. But I'm not sure. I mean, it's obviously a tough decision for Joe Schoen to make. So I don't want to take too long for this pick. And I'm thinking, honestly, I think I'm just going to take this wide receiver, Isaiah Bond. Might be a reach, though, if I'm being honest. So I think we could change things up and draft a running back in the 3rd round with Devin Neal from Kansas. And I think that's what the Giants, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm kind of honestly running out of options of what to pick. It's really between Damian Martinez and not Evan Neal, Devin Neal. But we're going to take Martinez from the University of Miami. And that's going to be our overall draft. Let's see what grade we get. And we get an A-. We get an A-, 3 A's for our first 3 selections, and then a C- for a running back. It is what it is. I mean, this team needs a quality RB2 with Tyron Tracy, because Eric Gray and Devin Singletary are not the answers for the New York Giants, in my opinion. Tyron Tracy, I know he's 25, 26 years of age going into the next season. So he is on the older side. But I think Damian Martinez is a good prospect for the Giants. And I mean, honestly, it's not like you have to hit an absolute home run on this pick. It felt like that was the right move for me to draft a running back at that high. Because, I mean, if you can have Tyrone Tracy, then another running back on top of that, and then you have Malik Nabers, Jalen Hyatt, Wanda Robinson, and Darius Slayton, you could be poised for a good, you could be poised for a good offensive season. I know people are going to be questioning where's the quarterback in this draft, and I think the Giants are going to land Russell Wilson. And honestly, I know as crazy as it sounds, if I had a fourth round pick, I would have drafted a fourth round quarterback. As crazy as that sounds, I think in real life there is a possibility the Giants do trade back in the first round to select Jackson Dart. But like I said, like with how this did go, with taking Abdul Carter at 3, staying away from Shedeur, he dropped. I still didn't want to select him because I felt tackle and T.J. Sanders were better prospects than Shedeur. And then we decided to just take a home run on Damian Martinez. And obviously, PFF gave that a C-. But no quarterback in this draft, a different type of draft. I'm going to try and bring you guys more mock drafts, more content overall. But of course, stay tuned. Road to 300 subs. We're almost 4 subscribers away from that. I think we can get it real soon. Let's try and get it before the end of March. And of course, stay tuned, guys. Like the video, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.